Here's what we're going to do. This looks a lot different than what I had originally anticipated. Whenever I thought about increasing the compensation plan, I thought, you know what, maybe I should increase the amount of bonuses that a person gets, the percentage of a matching bonus, or maybe I should increase the amount that we pay out on certain levels. But you know what? We came up with something better. And this concept that I'm going to share with you is a concept that's referred to as a coded bonus. We're going to start paying out bonuses to you for referring people. And it's going to be upfront bonuses. And it's going to be bonuses in a way that will generate for you more of an income today, this month, while you're building a residual. It's going to create checks for you. That's what we want to do, because you know what? It can be difficult for people to be working real hard, and you know what? We might not really see this for a while. Now, there's what we have. We know that our compensation plan, everybody knows it's referred to as a matrix, a 3x7 matrix. But then there's another kind of compensation plan, and it's a coded bonus model. Okay, you may not be familiar with it, but I will say is this. I'm going to try to explain it a little bit, and at the end of the call, I will direct you to where you can get a detailed description of it. Okay? I'll say this, though. There are a lot of companies that are very proud of their compensation model, and they say that it's the best. We've got the best compensation model. That's understandable. They should be proud of their compensation model. But I can also say this. Objectively speaking, if a person's objective about it, if they just look at the records, if they look at the scoreboard, historically speaking, the biggest paychecks that have been paid in the industry, and the fastest growing paychecks that have been seen in the industry, come from a coded bonus system. So here's how it looks. This is going to be very aggressive. Folks, we're being very aggressive with how much we're going to pay out on this. When someone joins the company, their first month, $9.95, they're paying $9.95, right? Well, we're going to take $9 of that, and we're going to give it to the field. We're going to pay it out in bonuses. That's huge. It's a huge percentage. And here's how it looks, all right? When you're a managing associate, now, one more qualifier before I start getting into the details. Explaining a coded bonus program over the telephone can be like giving a haircut over the telephone. All right? I'm about to share some things that might go over your head a little bit. But right after the call, I'll point you in the direction to where you can actually see the details of it. But I'm going to do my best right now. And here's what it looks like. When you're a managing associate, you've referred 3 people, okay? And now you're a managing associate. The next 3 people that you personally refer, when they come on board, you'll get a $5 bonus for each of those people. But it gets bigger, because anybody that they personally bring on board, the next 3 people, the first 3 people they bring on board, you get a $5 bonus for that too. Those people, the first 3 people they bring on board, you get a $5 bonus for that too. And guess what? It doesn't ever stop. That doesn't stop at your 7th level. It actually goes to infinite levels. It can go to level 10. It'll go to level 15. It'll go to level 50. It'll go to a level 100. And it just keeps going. You will get $500 bonus for the first 3 people that anybody in that organization brings on board. And you know what happens? I'll tell you what. It gets huge. Well, that's $5. But now, you've brought on 3 people, okay? You're a managing associate, you bring on 3 people, you get $5 bonuses for that. Then when you become a senior associate, we bump it up to $8. Now, here's what happens from that day forward. From that day forward, the next person that you refer, the next 4 people that you refer, all right? As a senior associate, you've referred 6 people. To become an executive associate, you have to refer 10. So from 6 to 10, those 4 people, you enroll 4 people you're going to get an $8 bonus for each of those people. Okay? And I'll tell you, this is no small matter. Might sound small. Oh, a person might be saying, "Oh, John, whoopee, woo, whoopee, $8, yay, $8." No. You don't understand something. Okay? Let me explain something. The next people, the people that they enroll, you get $8 for that too. The people they refer, you get $8 for them too. And that happens to infinite levels. But your bonuses from when you're a managing associate doesn't stop. You're still getting $5 bonuses. That takes on a life of its own. It's going to go to infinite levels. It'll go years down the road. You'll still get $5 bonuses. All right. Then once you're a senior associate, you get those $8 bonuses. You're generating $8 bonuses. It goes to infinite levels. Level 50, level 100, level 150. People that are far out of sight. Okay. You're getting $8 bonuses. Man, that stuff is adding up. Now you're an executive associate. Guess what happens? From that day forward, anybody that you personally bring on board, you're going to get a $9 bonus for that. If they bring someone on board, $9. If they bring someone on board, $9. To infinite levels. So here's what's going to happen. Time comes now. You know, it's like you've walked this course. There's a path that you've walked. When you start, let's talk about you as a managing associate or as a brand new affiliate. Right now, you're a brand new associate. You start, and you enroll 3 people. You don't get bonuses for that. All right, that goes to the person that they're coded to. But once you're a managing associate, you start to get those bonuses. Then you become a senior associate. You start to get those bonuses. What's going to happen is you're going to start to have tons of $5 bonuses, tons of $8 bonuses, tons of $9 bonuses. And as time goes on, it just gets huge. And you know what's going to happen is this. Here's what I love about this. What I love about this is this. Here's what I'm going to paint you a picture as to what you're going to be seeing soon in your application. We're going to lay out, and I mean very soon on this, we're going to lay out a roadmap. A roadmap. It's going to be a pathway for a new associate to follow. That if they're diligent to follow it, they will be assured of success, and you will be assured of success. And it looks something like this. It's 3 steps, by the way. It's 3 steps. It's very simple. Step number 1, refer 3 people. Listen, that needs to be done in a week, 7 days. If a person starts, they're going to get 3 people within a week. It has to be done within a week. You have to do it rapidly, right? To set an example for people to follow. So now you're a managing associate. That happened in 1 week. And by the way, when someone comes on board, you share it with someone. You say, just plug into this system. If you go to your mobile application, the training on this there'll be modules right in the phone there. So they click on 1, do step 1, get 3. We'll show a person exactly how to do it too. It's not complicated. Here's the deal. A lot of systems that people have seen out there, they talk about how simple it is to duplicate. Just go get 3, they'll get 3, and so on and so forth. Well, people get in the market, and it can be difficult because, again, like I said earlier, sometimes it's hundreds of dollars. It can be a lot harder to get someone started with hundreds of dollars, right? We're talking about $9.95 here. Very simple to do. So step number 1 is to get 3 people. Everyone's going to focus on getting 3 people. Then step number 2, they click on the module, and it talks about step number 2. Step number 2 is very simple. You get another 3. They'll hear from people on how to do that, how to get 3. That qualifies you to be a senior associate. Do that within a week. A week, okay? And then, once they do that, they go back, and in the application, they click on module number 3. And here's what they see. They see a clear roadmap on how to qualify as an executive associate. You get 4 more. Here's how you do it. And everybody, this is a very big key, everybody that you bring on board, it's going to be important that you say, here's the system, just watch these videos in the application. If for some reason or another there's some kind of a Space Cadet sponsor that doesn't even do that, then here's what's going to happen. In their welcome email, they're going to be welcome. They're going to say, you need to do step number 1, go to your mobile application and watch the first module. All right? Here's what's going to happen, folks. 2 things are going to happen in your organization. If you follow this game plan, if you run this play, if you really run this play, and if you encourage your people to run this play, you will see 2 things happen. I'll tell you right now, 2 things are going to happen. Number 1, you're going to start to see large bonus checks coming in, and it's going to help you today. It's going to help your financial situation today, all right? That's the first thing that's going to happen. And then number 2, because people are centering, because people are focused on achieving those bonus levels and taking advantage of those bonus levels, then you know what's going to happen then? Second thing that's going to happen, your personal matrix and the matrix of your people are going to fill up rapidly, very, very rapidly. I'll tell you, when people look at the number that it takes to fill up a matrix, some people are daunted by it. They see, man, 3,200 people, that's a lot of people. You know what? That's not the vision anymore. That's not what we're looking at anymore. What we're looking at right now is qualifying for managing associate bonuses. Now we want to qualify for senior associate bonuses. Now what we're not focusing on 3,200 people. You're focusing on the value of getting those bonuses and knowing that those bonuses go to infinite levels, and you start enjoying those bonuses, and before you know it, bam, your matrix is filled. 3,200 people, oh my goodness, 3,200 people is insignificant. It's a small number. It's just insignificant. And when that happens, now you got 2 things happening, all right? Or 3 things. Now you got your bonus. Your bonuses are still coming in on a lot of different people coming on board. Secondly, you got a matrix, filled up matrix. You're making $2,500 there, but your folks, their matrix is filling up, and you're getting your matching bonuses on that. And it is with all of the confidence in the world that I can say this. Man, this is a winning formula. And part of what makes it is us being willing to say, okay, you know what, the first month, we're saying bye-bye to it. And I hope that, if there's one thing that I want to communicate to you, it's this. You know what? We want you to win. We want you to win. I'm committed to you. I'm committed to you, and enough for us to gather together and say, you know what can we really do to just really cheer on, encourage the field. Let's tell them this. Hey, you know what? Our first $9, here, you guys take it. Because I want this to be a win for you. I want it to be a win for you and every single person that you bring on board who follows the path. And man, I love it. I love it. I'll tell you one of the things I love about this. This is a relief to me. This is a breath of fresh air to me. Because you know what we were doing for a while? What we were doing for a while, and this was just out of ignorance. It really was. I've got no problem saying, you know what? We were just ignorant when we did this. The intention was good, but we were talking about this spillover thing. It's like we're focusing on spillover, attracting people with spillover. Oh, hey, you just come on in here. You're going to see some spillover. What we were doing is we were bringing people into a vision of inactivity. We were recruiting to inactivity. So people would just come on in and have a seat and just kind of wait for some spillover. No. That's not what you want to do. That's not the picture. We don't even use that term anymore. There is no spillover. I mean, as a theory, it happens. I mean, if I talk about it, I'll talk about it in terms of people being placed in your group. You know what? Yeah, people can be placed in your group. And you know what? That's going to happen a ton now. It's going to happen like crazy. With people driving the coded bonuses, there's going to be more of that than ever. But I'm not going to talk about that, because nobody wants that. Listen, you don't want that. What you want is, now we're bringing people to a game plan, an actual game plan. If you follow this course of action, it's a winning formula. You're going to succeed. And there is no question about it. Before, when we were talking about that thing that we don't talk about, that word we don't use anymore, that starts with that rhymes with spillover, okay? There was no confidence in that. We'd have to qualify and just, put disclaimers all over that thing. Bring someone on board and now we don't know how long it'll take. You have to be patient, It might be 6 months, it might be a year, it might be a year and a half. None of that anymore. No. Now it's full 100% confidence. Come on board. Here's what's going to happen. Here's what will happen. Follow me. Do what I did. You know what? If I'm in the field right now, here's what I'm saying. All right. Come on board with this. You've got this fantastic, amazing mobile application with an explosive compensation plan that's going to make it possible to make good, solid income. And I got started. Here's what I did. Just do what I did. Copy what I did, because I just copied someone else. I hit the button, and I watched the training, and I got 3 people, bam, in my first week. And then what I did is, after that, I watched the second module, bam, I just followed the instructions. That's all I did. I was just a copycat. Bam, I got 3 more. I became a senior associate. And you know what started to happen? I started to see these bonuses coming in. The bonuses are cool. Really cool. Then I became an executive associate, and on my way I started making all these other bonuses. And my group is filling up. It's exploding because they're doing the same thing. If you do this, you're going to have success too. Folks, how does that sound? It's a game changer. A game changer. I'm getting carried away here. That's it in a nutshell. There's some details. There's questions. You've got questions. You're saying, John, hold on a second. Slow down. I didn't catch that thing that you said about this, that, and the other thing. What? You know what? Again, it's like giving a haircut over the telephone. What I can tell you is this. If you log in right now, if you log into your back office, right in the welcome section, when you've got all the announcements right there, here's what you'll see. You'll see big news. You'll say, click here to learn about the new compensation enhancement. Go ahead and click on that, and after you watch it, click on it again, and after that, click on it again. That might take you a few watches. One thing you don't want to do is this. Folks, listen, don't call customer service on this. I'm serious. They're not going to tell you anything about this. We are not educating. We're not educating customer service to train people on compensation, on coded bonuses. They're going to tell you, go watch the video. That was just drowned out the customer service. That's really not their job. Okay, that's what that module is for. So, folks, that's what it is. And I'm telling you this. Now's the time to do it, because from here on out, as good as everything has been, this is a recipe for absolute explosion. And having said that, thank you so much for your time. Just one moment here. What's up? Hold on. Okay. You know what? I'm glad that I just answered a call. Matt was calling on my other line, and I'm thinking, wait a second. If Matt, the COO, is calling on the other line, then and the conference call is going on right now, he needs to remind me of something. Okay, listen, folks. One more big, point before we wrap it up. We've had the software guys coding this into the software for a while now. All of this stuff is going to be retroactive to the 1st of March. to the 1st of March. What that means is this, because we've been telling this, people say, oh man, that's great. Oh shoot, I actually just brought in someone yesterday. Man, I wish I would have told them to wait until tomorrow. No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. That's going to be taken care of. It starts March the 1st. March the 1st. And then also, I should let you know, listen, this is important, okay? That 30-day refund policy, we don't have that anymore. That's silly. That wasn't good for anything. You know what that was good for? It was good for making people wait to get paid. Because, we were thinking about this. We want to expedite things. We want people to get paid quickly. And what we have to do is you have to wait to get paid for 30 days because we don't want to start dealing with chargebacks. Okay? Yeah, 30-day refund policy on $9.95. Our heart was there. Our heart was like letting people know, listen, there's no risk here. If you want to cancel, you got 30 days to do it. On our end, we like doing that. But the reality is working it out in the field for you, that doesn't matter. That doesn't work. So here's what we're going to do. We're actually going to pay these weekly, okay? And so once they've been on the books, we're going to give it maybe a week of shelf life, okay? Give the people a week. Make sure that they don't cancel out, all right? And then after a week, what's going to happen is you're going to start getting paid weekly on this. So at the beginning of April, when we start paying people on this, that's when they're going to start seeing their weekly bonuses on this. Man, we're going to have some fantastic stories. No more 30-day refund policy. Don't need it. It's $9.90. It's 2 cups of coffee, for crying out loud, right? But what we have now on the website in a number of different places, if you go to the website, wherever it talks about the 30-day refund policy, we tell people clearly, if you want to cancel, this is how you cancel. Okay, you don't have to jump through hoops. We're not holding anybody hostage for $10. Here's how you cancel, right? Pretty simple. Folks, I tell you what, thanks so much. Thanks so much for coming on the call. We're excited, and we are looking forward to and believing for great things. Thanks so much for coming on the call. God bless you. Have a great night.